And she was a waitress. And I remember sitting there with my husband, I was very frustrated because I wanted everything to happen and I wanted us to be successful, and I was really nervous, and we were living in Nashville and everybody I knew was like having more stuff happen than I was, and I was really nervous, and I ordered, like, I don't know, I just want a salad, and she goes, okay, and she sings under her breath as she goes off to place my order, and I went, did you hear that? And I remembered her, and then like the next year she was signed and she had a hit record. I'm like, that's that girl who was at that restaurant. You know, anyway, so you could see I was just really tortured. And so the voice teacher says, well, first of all, he said, let's just forget about singing because you are truly one of the worst singers I've ever heard. And I was like, I can't believe you said that to me. I'm so vulnerable. I mean, there's no, you really can't sing. I'm like, no one, but you should hear, I did a record when I was 19. He goes, yeah, well, whatever. You should never sing again. I was so shocked. And he goes, but you got a great speaking voice. And you have really good pitch. And you got a great sense of rhythm. And you're a darn good songwriter, obviously. So why don't you just talk on pitch and rhythm? Forget about singing. And you'll communicate so much better. And if it's an angry song, you'll talk a little bit harder. And if it's a soft love song, you'll talk with more air in your voice. You don't have to think about that anymore because you already know how to talk. If you're saying, honey, it's time to get up, you automatically go to that tone. If you're singing lullaby to your baby, you automatically go to that tone. You don't have to think about it. Again, what am I talking about? I'm talking about getting your brain out of the way. Letting your spirit and your soul sing the song. Your spirit and your soul already does your talking for you. Most people, unless you have some kind of speaking impediment, and some people do, and that's something they have to work on. But so he had me do this. He said, first I want you to speak on pitch. And he said, I don't want you to sing. I want you to play the chords, and I want you to say the words, and hold the notes out as long as you would if you were singing, but for God's sake, don't sing. I know the feeling. I know the feeling, that's the feeling that I've always had for you. I thought, well, that's stupid. That was perfect. Now, this time I want you to, don't sing, God forbid. I want you to do the same thing with your speaking voice, but you notice how, like, if you say, hey, can you move your car? Da, 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 da. I got on that channel. Hey, can you move your car? That's it. We're singing all day long. Our speaking voice is going on notes. So if you unattach your mind to what you think speaking is, reroute it to what you think singing is, then you think, okay, now I'm going to do that again, only I'm going to do it on the melody notes, but I'm not going to sing, I'm going to talk. I know the feeling, I know the feeling, that's the feeling that I always had for you. And you try this at home. Try this with any song that you're working on, if you have a glitch and stuff like that. Slow motion, it's perpetual bliss, that pivotal moment, it's impossible. This kiss, unstoppable. This kiss. You can see the moonlight on a rooftop under the sky. Oh, you can see with the windows open, all the raindrops going inside. Oh, kiss me in sweet slow motion, let's let everything fly. You got me close, you got me flying. No way, feel love. Oh, yeah, this kiss. Glad that I wrote that song. I was one of 3 writers with Robin Lerner and Annie Rogoff on that song. At a time in 1999 when the industry was such that I actually earned some good money, and I know we're facing a lot of challenges now, but we're going to work through those, and I just want to touch on that really briefly because I know this is a big issue for you guys. It's a mess right now, and my belief is that goes under the column of don't let. That's the superhighway of the music business. So the core reason to write has nothing to do with whether or not they sort out these royalty issues and downloading issues and all the very important issues that we have to face and work through. And I do believe they're going to get it sorted. And I think that on the bottom line is people are going to realize how important it is to water the garden. And the garden is creativity. You have to feed something back into it, or you won't be able to have the next Jimmy Webb, you know? Being afraid that you can't do it, being afraid you're not good enough, being afraid that if everybody doesn't love you and give you a record deal, there's no point. And on the soul level, you know, there has to be a point because I have to do this. So you're at odds with your own self when you're saying things. When the message to yourself is it worth it? And in a way, the real question that you're asking is, am I worth it? In the backseat is the whiner. I wrote yesterday. Oh God, it's like, God, this is so hard. I think I'm going to go watch the rest of 24. I'm hungry. So you just bring some candy and you throw, you just toss back what you need. Who's in the trunk? Who needs to be the farthest away? Come on, who's in the trunk? You know? The critic. Now you might say, boy, if I could get rid of my critic, I could really write some songs. You don't want to get rid of your critic. That's your guy before you play it in front of people. You want to take him out to dinner. You want to get him out of the trunk and go, baby, come on, let me show you my song. I want you to be brutal. If y'all are cold, we can turn the air conditioning. I think I had them put it up to refrigerator. So people are going, yeah. So, start the journey. You don't know where you're going. Okay, now here's something I do a lot when I teach. I'm now going to just make something up, and sometimes it really sucks. But I'm not afraid to be vulnerable and stuff in front of all my friends. So, let's see, maybe I'll do it on piano, because I usually do it on guitar. And I don't play piano as well. And I will not remember what I just did. I'm going to try to get into one of my states. Oh yeah, but we're not going to go with that sound. Alright, so there's a song on my new record, and I'm not trying to sell records, but there is a song called Shadows, which I started in Northern Ireland. I was teaching, and I just literally played this melody, and it popped out completely formed and completely written, and I always hope that's going to happen again, but you never know. But I don't know what I'm going to write, and I don't know if it's going to be good or not, and I don't even know what key it's going to be in. I've never played this before, and I'm just going to... I'm going to record. I have it recording, so, I'll be able to go back and retrieve it if it's worthwhile. Let's see. Wait.